February has been a crazy month so far. There's been game announcements, new games, and of course, there's been plenty of game deals. There's been plenty of deals on the eShop all month long, and we're in the final days of the major sale that's been going on. Before that ends, let's take a look at some more additional sweet deals, as well as take one last look at the remaining active deals before they expire in the upcoming days. Let's dive into it. The Turok Trilogy bundle includes the first 3 Turok games, fully remastered with enhancements. These classic games have been significantly upgraded with improved textures, lighting, and rendering, along with proper widescreen support. Simply put, they look better than ever. The controllers for the games have also been refined to work smoothly with modern controllers, making the experience far more comfortable and responsive than ever before. This is a big upgrade over the N64 versions. For those looking to pick up the collection off the eShop, the bundle is currently on sale for 75% off on the eShop. It's $14.99 on the US eShop. It's the first sale for this bundle in a long time, so you've been waiting for it to go on sale. Now is your chance. Layers of Fear, the Final Masterpiece Edition, contains the remake and sequel of Layers of Fear, and it also contains Layers of Fear 2, as well as all the DLCs for the games, combining all the stories from everything with brand new content. Basically, this is an all-in-one definitive stamp for the series. The edition for the Switch 2 is currently on sale for 30% off. It's $27.99 on the US eShop. If you don't mind the older Nintendo Switch originals, then you can get both Layers of Fear Legacy and Layers of Fear 2 for 85% off and 90% off respectively, making them just $2.99 on the US eShop each. $3 each is a darn good deal. PATAPON 1+2 Replay brings together the 2 classic handheld titles in a beautifully remastered HD form. These games were originally released on the PlayStation Portable, and they stood out for their unique blend of rhythm-based gameplay and strategy. There's honestly nothing quite like them. The collection enhances the experience with new support features that makes these games far more accessible, including adjustable difficulty options, so players can tailor the experience to their preference. It also includes multiplayer support, a feature unique to the Nintendo Switch version. The collection is currently on sale for 34% off, bringing the price down to $19.79 on the US eShop. Pac-Man World 2 Re-PAC is a full remake of the second game in the Pac-Man World series, featuring completely rebuilt levels with some thoughtful alterations and enhancements. It also introduces some new features not present in the original release, including moves carried over from Pac-Man World Re-PAC, an easy mode, a 2-player assist mode, unlockable costumes, and much more. There's even a brand new post-game campaign to dive into after finishing the main adventure. The deluxe edition includes a collaboration with Sonic the Hedgehog, adding 3 new levels, additional costumes, including a Sonic costume, and 20 collectible in-game figures. The deluxe edition is currently receiving its first major discount on the eShop for both the Nintendo Switch and Switch 2 versions. They are now 25% off, bringing the price down to $29.99 on the US eShop. If you want the first game, that's on sale too, with a major discount of 80% off. It's just $5.99 on the US eShop. Just remember in the settings for that game to set it to performance mode to get the best possible experience on that one. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Rita's Rewind is a beat-em-up game featuring the classic Power Rangers in a new adventure taking on a giant robotic version of Rita Repulsa, who has traveled back in time to team up with a past version of herself. Yeah, it's pure craziness. The gameplay is in the same vein as like TMNT Shredder's Revenge, where the game features a detailed pixel art aesthetic and there's a wide variety of moves and playable characters to use. What's different though at times is you'll need to do a little bit of light puzzle solving, as well as there's on-rail segments that will occur at times that you'll need to take part of between all this side-scrolling beat-em-up battling. It's on sale in the eShop with its biggest discount yet, 40% off. It's $20.99 on the US eShop. Tetris Forever includes more than 15 playable classic Tetris titles, along with an interactive documentary timeline, which is a standard feature of Digital Eclipse's Gold Master series that was first introduced in the Atari 50, the Anniversary Collection. Between all the games that you can play, you'll get to see lots of behind-the-scenes documents and images, as well as videos and documentaries from people who made the games. Basically, this is like one big virtual museum that you can navigate through to experience the history of the games and Tetris in general. It's pretty freaking cool. The collection is on sale for 40% off on the eShop, the biggest discount yet for the collection on there. It's $20.99 on the US eShop. If you're looking for a unique and atmospheric puzzle adventure on Nintendo Switch, the game Creaks is an easy recommendation. Developed by Amanita Design, the studio behind Machineryum, the game features some beautifully hand-drawn visuals, clever environmental puzzles, and a hauntingly memorable soundtrack. Its mysterious mansion is creepy, but you'll want to explore everything within to see what's around in the next corner. And the puzzles within strike a satisfying balance between challenging and intuitive. Right now, it's an absolute steal on the eShop at 80% off until March 2nd, making it a perfect time to grab this standout indie gem. If you're looking for a lighthearted superhero adventure, DC's Justice League Cosmic Chaos is a fun pick, especially at its current price. You swap between playing as Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman, and you get to explore a semi-open world city. Beat 'em up the baddies along the way while completing missions. This game has plenty of humor that makes it both enjoyable for both kids and longtime DC fans. The game is filled with lots of references, so if you're a fan of that universe, then you'll really get a kick out of this one. Its gameplay is easy to jump in and play, supports co-op play too, and honestly it captures the charm of the DC universe in a colorful, approachable way. With a massive 90% discount on the eShop right now, this is worth checking out for a few bones. Though I will say that I recommend playing this Switch version on Switch 2. It does help out the technical hiccups that the game can have at times on the standard Switch hardware. That and the load times are much faster on that system. Monster Hunter Stories 3 is coming out in March. So now's a great time to get ready by checking out some Monster Hunter games that you may have missed. The series is extremely affordable right now on the eShop. The Monster Hunter Stories collection, which includes the first game as well as the sequel, is on sale for 50% off. It's priced at $19.99 on the US eShop. If you only need one of the games, both titles are also discounted individually. The first game is on sale for $9.99, while the second one is on sale for $14.99 on the US eShop, or your regional equivalent. As a reminder, the second game, I can vouch for sure, is 60 FPS on Nintendo Switch 2. It looks great on there. Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate is currently on sale for a massive discount. It's 88% off. It is priced at just $4.99 on the US eShop, or your regional equivalent. Safely put, it's insanely cheap right now, with the biggest discount it's ever received on the eShop. This is an enhanced version of the original 3DS release, which itself was a celebration of Monster Hunter as a series up to that point. Because of that, it does lean more towards the classic old-school Monster Hunter style, but don't let that fool ya. The depth of the combat is massive. The sheer amount of monsters to hunt, missions to complete, and gear to craft is absolutely insane in this one. This game is packed to the brim with stuff to do, and styles and weapons to learn. And at this price, you're basically getting it for a steal. This is a no-brainer if you've ever been curious about picking this one up. For $5, it's insane. Finally, there's the Monster Hunter Rise plus Sunbreak expansion that's on sale for 83% off. This is another one that has a ton of content to take on. Monsters, missions, and gear to craft. And at $10 on the US eShop, this is a fantastic deal. In a previous eShop video I did a few weeks back, I talked about the Castlevania Collections Bundle, which was an excellent way to save if you were looking to pick up all 3 Castlevania collections off the eShop. If you already own 1 or 2 of the collections and you just want to kind of fill in the gaps, well, the good news is that Konami currently has each collection on sale individually. The Castlevania Anniversary Collection, which includes most of the classic 8-bit era games, Castlevania 1 through 3 on the NES, the Kid Dracula spin-off, and the first 2 Castlevania releases for the Game Boy, as well as the 16-bit games Super Castlevania and Castlevania Bloodlines, is on sale for 60% off. It's priced at $7.99 on the US eShop. The Castlevania Advance Collection, which features the 3 Game Boy Advance titles, Circle of the Moon, Harmony of Dissonance, and Aria of Sorrow, along with the Super Nintendo game Castlevania Dracula X, is 80% off currently. It's coming in at $9.99 on the US eShop. Finally, the Castlevania Dominus Collection, which includes the 3 Nintendo DS entries, Dawn of Sorrow, Portrait of Ruin, and Order of Ecclesia, is on sale for 30% off. It's priced at $17.49 on the US eShop. Marvel Cosmic Invasion is a fun beat-em-up developed by Tribute Games, the studio behind Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Shredder's Revenge, and Panzer Paladin. In this game, you can choose from 15 playable superheroes, including Spider-Man, Wolverine, Captain America, Storm, and Iron Man. Thanks to the game's tag system, you can actually pick 2 heroes at a time, and you can switch between them instantly as you battle enemies and save the day. There's a wide variety of attacks and powers to master, and you can team up with friends in up to 4-player, local, or online co-op. Both the Nintendo Switch and Switch 2 versions of Marvel Cosmic Invasion are currently on sale for 20% off on the eShop for the first time ever. Also from publisher.emu comes Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. It's now on sale for 30% off its MSRP for the first time ever. It's $17.49 on the US eShop. This new entry in the Ninja Gaiden series introduces new protagonists, Kenji and Komori, who are both incredibly agile and deadly. They wield a wide variety of skills, including a powerful hypercharge state that lets you strike all enemies on screen. The guillotine boost technique allows you to slash and bounce off enemies and projectiles, and the ability to summon spider weapons to aid you in your quest. With so many offensive options at your disposal, mastering these abilities is going to be key to surviving this game's intense challenges and emerging victorious. Streets of Rage 4 is one of the best beat-em-up games available off the eShop, a worthy entry in the classic Sega series. The gameplay is a lot of fun and plenty of replay value thanks to the various modes and unlockables. It also features local and online multiplayer, which is always a plus for a beat-em-up. Overall, it's an absolutely solid game, and it's currently on sale for 65% off the MSRP. It's less than $9 on the US eShop. Might and Magic Class of Heroes gameplay features elements of puzzle and strategy games, as well as RPGs. Battles take place on 2 grids, one for the enemy and one for the player. You can move and position your troops to defend against attacks while planning your own attack, paying close attention to troop colors to combine attacks effectively. That's the basic gameplay, but there's plenty of strategy to master as you progress, and the game does a great job of introducing mechanics gradually. The Definitive Edition updates the game for the modern era with a polished full HD presentation, online multiplayer for both co-op and PvP, and it includes the I Am a Boss DLC, which allows you to play as the game's villains. Get it right now off the eShop for 50% off the MSRP. It's $8.99 on the US eShop. Rift of the NecroDancer is a spin-off of the NecroDancer series that blends the franchise's signature rhythm-based gameplay and characters with mechanics inspired by games like Guitar Hero and Rock Band, and it works surprisingly well. This game is a lot of fun. This game features over 30 tracks to jam to, a variety of minigames, a remixed mode with daily challenges that shake up the beat maps, adding plenty of replayability. It's on sale for 50% off, $9.99 on the US eShop. That's the cheapest the game has been yet on the eShop. In Cursed to Golf, you play as a golfer who has died and ended up in purgatory. To possibly return to the land of the living, you must play through and win all the courses. Now this is not a traditional golf game. I mean, you still have clubs and you gotta aim to get the ball in the cup, but everything takes place in 2D, and the courses are anything but ordinary. They're filled with insane traps, pits, and obstacles that you would never see on a normal golf course. The 2D perspective gives the game a puzzle-like feel, turning each course into a brain teaser as you figure out the best way to complete it. Even if you're not a big fan of golf, Cursed to Golf is worth checking out if you enjoy clever puzzle games. It's on sale with its biggest discount yet, 90% off. It's on sale for just $1.99 on the US eShop. Celeste hardly needs an introduction. It's widely recognized as a fantastic precision platformer on any system. The game is tight and finely tuned, seamlessly combining mechanics, narrative, music, and level design into an emotionally resonant experience. The core movement of the game is incredibly responsive. It's both fluid and polished, making it deeply satisfying to tackle the increasingly clever and challenging platforming sequences that you'll find on Mount Celeste. Beyond the main story, there's plenty of additional content for players to discover who crave a tougher challenge. Look, if you enjoy platformers, Celeste is a must-play. It's currently on sale for just $4.99 on the US eShop. Slime Rancher Plortable Edition lets you capture and raise slimes on your very own slime farm. Unlike most farming or simulation games, this one is played from a first-person perspective, using a special gun to suck up and dispense slimes and feed them and perform other farm tasks. It's a quirky, charming game that stands out from other sim games. If you're looking for a relaxing, fun experience, can't really go wrong with picking this one up for your system. Its 75% off discount is the biggest it's received yet on the eShop. Just $6.24 on the US eShop until March 2nd. No Man's Sky is a fantastic game to get for your Nintendo Switch 2 system. This ever-evolving space adventure lets you explore a nearly infinite universe filled with unique planets, strange creatures, base-building opportunities, space combat, and deep crafting systems. Whether you prefer relaxed exploration or the structured missions and progression, there's an incredible amount of content in this game to dive into. The Nintendo Switch 2 version is actually really good. The performance is solid and it looks nice and sharp on the system. Or you can unlock the frame rate to achieve higher frame rates up to 60 FPS. That's pretty nice. No Man's Sky's latest update, and a long list of free updates, adds additional things to the game, including a gravity gun. Yes, I'm getting some Portal flashbacks there. And to celebrate, they have put the Nintendo Switch and Switch 2 editions of the game on sale for 60% off until February 26th. If you're in the mood for something cozy and relaxing, Cast and Chill is a great pick on both Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2. This laid-back fishing game focuses on soothing vibes, charming visuals, and easy-to-pick-up gameplay that's perfect for unwinding after a long day. You choose your equipment, upgrade what you need with the money you earn, and you set out and fish and chill. Literally, that is the game. It's one great de-stressor. Whether you're casually casting a line, discovering new fish, or simply enjoying the peaceful atmosphere, this fishing game is a comforting experience that's easy to sink some time into. Both the Switch and Switch 2 versions are currently on sale for 25% off until March 6th. The Switch 2 version features support for 120fps and 4K on compatible TVs, 120fps 1080p support on the Nintendo Switch 2 screen, as well as the local and online game share support, and you can upgrade to the Switch 2 version for free later if you wish. Arcade Paradise puts you in the shoes of a young man named Ashley, who is tasked by his father with running a laundromat to set him on the straight path, as his dad thinks Ashley is headed for Loserville. While arriving at the laundromat, Ashley soon discovers that there's some arcade machines in the back room, and quickly comes up with a bigger idea. expand the business by adding more arcade machines and turning it into a sort of thriving arcade laundromat hybrid. As lastly, you'll need to manage both sides of the business, handling daily chores, increasing revenue, acquiring new arcade machines, and even playing them to try to boost their popularity. Every arcade machine in the game is playable, with over 30 to discover and enjoy. This is one of my favorite indie games of the past few years. I think it's a fitting tribute to a bygone era. If you've been feeling nostalgic for the arcade scene of the early 90s, then this game is perfect to pick up for your system. It's on sale for 78% off. It's just $4.39 on the US eShop. Neon White is a unique platformer that plays from a first-person perspective. Its approach to platforming is unconventional. You use cards, discarding them to attack enemies, or for movement to reach the end of a level as fast as you can. One card might let you attack, while another one could give you a double jump. The game is heavily focused on speedrunning and trial and error gameplay, as mastering your cards is key not only to achieve the fastest times, but also to discovering secret paths and hidden challenges. It's a pretty cool game, a bit of a hidden gem, but one that is worth checking out if you're looking for something different from the norm. It's on sale for 60% off the MSRP. It's just $9.99 on the US eShop. If you're looking for a dark, challenging RPG, Darkest Dungeon is an easy recommendation. This gothic turn-based adventure blends strategic combat with intense psychological stress mechanics, forcing you to manage not only your hero's health, but also their sanity as you descend into nightmarish dungeons. Its hand-drawn art style, haunting narration, and punishing difficulty creates a uniquely tense atmosphere that rewards careful planning and risk management. An easy game? This is not. This is for the people who crave hardcore stuff. It's currently on sale for 85% off on the Nintendo eShop until March 5th, making this a perfect time to experience one of the most acclaimed indie RPGs at a massive discount. Sonic and Shadow Generations, both the Switch and Switch 2 versions, are currently on sale for 60% off on the eShop. It's actually the biggest discount yet for the game on there. Sonic Generations is a really good Sonic game that allows you to revisit locations from past Sonic games, albeit in a reimagined way, through a 2D classic perspective as well as through a 3D modern Sonic perspective. The addition of the new Shadow Generations expansion really sweetens the deal though, with its fun, brand new levels. The Switch version is actually really good, even at 30 FPS. I think in my view, it's the best looking and best performing 3D Sonic game for the system. The Switch 2 version, of course, runs at 60 FPS and features higher resolutions for improved performance and visuals. Sonic Origins is a collection that features the first 4 main entries in the Sonic series: Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and Sonic CD. Each game has been remastered for modern widescreen displays and enhanced with new content and features, including a newly animated opening and ending sequences, additional playable characters, new modes, missions, challenges, and more. It's a good way to experience these classic Sonic adventures on modern platforms. It's on sale for 70% off. It's just $8.99 on the US eShop. The Plus DLC adds 12 Sonic Game Gear titles, playable Knuckles and Sonic CD. Amy Rose is a playable character in Sonic the Hedgehog 1, 2, Sonic 3 and Knuckles and Sonic CD. Extreme missions, mirror mode, additional screen borders, new character animations and menus, added music from other Sonic games, and lots more. That's on sale for just $3.99 on the US eShop. Sonic Racing CrossWorlds gets a pretty good size discount, 40% off the Switch and Switch 2 versions of the game, with the Switch 2 version getting its first sale here on the eShop. I'm not gonna lie, 40% off is actually pretty good for your first sale. The Switch 2 version features higher resolutions and of course higher frame rates. This kart racer is fun, if a bit frantic. There's a demo on the eShop to check out if you're curious about the game. I do appreciate that they keep adding substantial free updates and new characters to play as. There is a paid expansion available, but I think there's plenty of content here to enjoy without spending anything extra. If you don't already own the Persona games on the eShop and you're a fan of JRPGs, the Persona collection is definitely worth picking up while it's on sale. This collection includes Persona 3 Portable, Persona 4 Golden, and Persona 5 Royal. It's currently on sale for 70% off, its biggest discount yet, bringing the price to just $26.99 on the US eShop. That's an incredible deal for 3 epic JRPGs. Seriously, that's pretty crazy. Persona 3 Reload on Nintendo Switch 2 is currently 30% off on the eShop. The Switch 2 version also recently received an update allowing for 60 FPS gameplay, a highly requested feature that makes this RPG experience much better on the system than it was before. It's $41.99 on the US eShop. If you're looking for a sci-fi horror experience on Nintendo Switch 2, Cronos: The New Dawn is a game that you should definitely look out for. Blending tense combat, eerie atmosphere, and a mysterious narrative, this adventure will keep you on your edge. There's lots of things in this game that you got to be aware of. Creatures you kill won't stay dead forever, and if you leave them be, they will merge, becoming faster and stronger than before. You've got to destroy their bodies, and do it fast before that happens. Additionally, you can extract essences from people who have passed to improve yourself. But you get too much essence, and your suit will become more haunted, eventually causing your vision to be impaired and some real spooky stuff to happen. If you're ready for the scares, you can pick this one up on sale for its biggest discount yet, 30% off on the eShop. It's $41.99 on the US eShop until March 7th. Street Fighter 6 is back on sale at 50% off, $19.99 on the US eShop. This is for the standard version of the game, so this is a good option for those who don't want the DLC right now, or don't care for it, or just looking for a good, inexpensive fighting game for the system. If you do want the DLC, then the Street Fighter 6 Years 1 through 2 Fighters Edition is still the way to go. Red Dead Redemption is back on sale at 50% off the MSRP. It's $24.99 on the US eShop. This got a free Switch 2 Edition upgrade this past December that doubles the frame rate to 60 FPS, while also increasing the resolution. The standard Nintendo Switch version was already pretty good, but yeah, double the frame rate is much better. The Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 1 got a final update this past week. With it comes support for the collection on Switch 2. The big news, Metal Gear Solid 2 and Metal Gear Solid 3 are finally 60 FPS, like they should have been all along. Additionally, on Switch 2, the games have support for adjusted mode that allows players to increase the internal resolution and internal upscaling to full HD, aka 1080p, as well as you can increase the cutscene resolution. The games look pretty nice now on the system, both in docked and handheld play. Additionally, Metal Gear Solid, as well as the VR missions, has support for high-resolution option on Switch 1 and Switch 2. If you're looking to pick it up on your Switch 2, the digital version of the collection is on sale for 30% off. This includes Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, and 3, the VR missions, the 2 NES games, the 2 MSX games, and a bunch of other neat goodies, digital books, soundtracks, and lots more. Magical Drop 6 is the latest entry in the puzzle game series, originally created by Data East, and it's a great puzzle game to pick up for your system for very cheap. The gameplay in this one revolves around moving colored drops to match and erase them, scoring points and chaining combos. It's easy to pick up and play, but the higher difficulties do demand quick thinking and fast reflexes to survive and win. This game is a real treat. It features a vibrant HD art style, 15 playable characters, local and online multiplayer, 6 solo game modes, and plenty more content to explore. It's currently on sale at 90% off the MSRP. It's just $2.99 on the US eShop. Windjammers, the arcade game classic, is a sports game where you throw a disc back and forth with the aim of scoring a goal. The gameplay is very reminiscent of Pong. This game is way more exciting. There's different parts of a goal zone that can score you different points. You can catch and hold onto a disc for a brief period of time to try to throw off your opponent, and sometimes the disc can launch high into the air. Gotta make sure to catch it, or your opponent will score points. You can play it solo, but this game is way more fun to play with a friend. Luckily, this version has local and online play options. This Switch version has a discount of 75% off, its biggest discount yet. It's $3.74 on the US eShop. The sequel, yep, they made a modern sequel with a new animated style, with more characters and special abilities, is also on sale. It gets a 75% off discount too, knocking it down to just $4.99 on the US eShop or your regional